mood is a little bit over. Well, we inspire you to love yourself, ladies. You gotta give me a disclaimer. The dogs are here, so they are doing their own thing. They are barking, running around. They've been bored. I hope everybody had a great weekend. I know I did. It was pretty relaxed. I didn't do that much this weekend. I barely got out. It was raining for a little bit, and then after the rain it kind of cleared up, but it was cool. Like it was cold for a little bit, and then after that, now we're supposed to have some great weather here, and I'm just saying to myself, with things opening up and getting a little bit relaxed, where are you in your journey? What's going on? For almost a year, and what is this? April, almost May, a year and 4 months. We've been on this journey. Hey, Vanessa. For a year and 4 months, we've been on this journey where we said to ourselves that we are going to, you know, uh, um, do something different, right? And then we said that we were going to go inside ourselves, figure out the things that we want, and start to walk towards those things, right? And some of us have started, right? Hey, Michaela. Some of us have started. Some of us have some of us have started and fell and got back up. Some of us have not started. But I want to know where you are in your journey. And the reason why I ask is because, hey, Sabrina, because you know what's happening now, guys. And I always tell y'all the truth. You know what's happening now? The world and society and everything, right, is going to entice you to get out, which you should. It is going to reward you for different things. It's going to reward you for getting vaccinated. It's going to reward you for coming to their restaurants. It's going to reward you to just to get out and become normal again, right? And it's so easy to get off track when you do that, right? Because you're going to be back in the world. Um, like I said, I didn't do anything this weekend. I was actually fasting last week, and my fast broke on Saturday, and I was in this house, and I was like, oh man, I hope I don't eat up as much as the stuff that I want to, right? Because you're always thinking about what you want to eat when you fast. But I fast a lot. I usually try to, keep myself focused. And but I noticed that everywhere that I drove to or went, it was something that says, hey, if you were vaccinated, you can get a free beer. If you were vaccinated, you can get some free Krispy Kremes. If you come here to our restaurant, you'll be able to, have a free meal, right? And so I'm saying to myself, here we go, moving in another direction where this is either going to get people on course or off course, right? And what we got to understand, ladies, is that when we on this journey of self-transformation, being focused is the biggest and hardest thing that we are going to have to tackle. I'm telling you. Why? Because everything around you is going to seem so great. And you're going to tell yourself, I deserve this. I need to be out here. I deserve to go and hang out and spend some money on myself. I've been locked in the house for so long. I should go and do X and Y and Z, right? And here's what I want to tell you. If it's in line with what you said that you wanted for yourself and it helps you advance your transformation, go ahead and do what it is that you want to do. Because you know why? You are walking along your path. If it's going to distract you from walking on your path, if it's going to throw you off course, then I want you to be mindful while you're out there of the things that you said that you wanted for yourself, right? Because right now, nobody's going to hold you accountable for anything because they want you to be back out in the world, right? Nobody's going to remind you of the goals that you want to achieve because once you step out that door, they're trying to get their goals met, right? So they want you to come to their restaurant, come to their place, do their stuff, do their thing, right? When we are walking this journey, ladies, remember the focus is you, right? The focus is you. You said to yourself, you know what? I am going to do something different. I'm going to get my finances in order. I am going to buy this house that I want. I am going to heal from my past. I am going to work on my relationship. I'm going to do whatever it is that I said I was going to do. Go back to school, all that stuff. Don't get weary in well doing and don't get unfocused, right? The weather looks great outside. Find a way to go outside and do what it is that you said that you wanted to do. Find and participate in those things where you said you was going to do something different because the regular stuff is going to come back to you, right? And I give you an example. So, a friend of mine was like, yeah, we're going to go out and hang out here and there. And I'm up there like, yeah, remember I told you the old people come back when you working on your journey. So this was an old friend, y'all. Called me on Friday. Oh man. And at first I got the call, I saw the number. You know how when people call you, you see the number and you look and you like, damn, I ain't hear from this person in a long time, right? So I look at the phone and I'm out there like, damn, okay. And I pick up and I'm excited because I'm like, what's up, such and such? I ain't hear from you in a long time and all this stuff. And they like, yeah, Glow, what's up? I'm in Atlanta for a little bit and I'm thinking about moving here. So I'm trying to, catch up with you, hang out with you. And I'm like, yeah, we can catch up, we can hang out, we can do all this because this person lives in New York, right? And so I said, okay. Now, the history with me and this person is not a male, it's a female. The history with me and this person is that, we would get into a lot of trouble. But I'm thinking, a sister done changed. We ain't, it ain't even like that anymore. We just gonna go out because I haven't seen her in a while, right? So that Friday we go and I stay in my neighborhood because I'm like, whatever we do, I want to be able to just walk home or get home because I got a lot of restaurants where I live, right? And so, y'all, I get to the place. It's like a little lounge. I mean, literally, I can walk to it, right? So it's like a little lounge. We go there, we have a couple of drinks, we talking, we laughing, right? And then she says, well, take me somewhere where I can go, and we could just get wild. And I said, nah, that's not me anymore. Right? Said, that's not me anymore. And she was like, come on, Glow. You used to be all out there and just as wild as me. We could do a late, 3, 4 o'clock in the morning. We could go get some dudes. We could do this. We could do that. And I'm like, that sounds all good and well, right? I said, but that's not me anymore. I said, a bitch get indigestion now, right? If I eat the wrong foods. And if I'm out here drinking and partying and stuff like that, the recovery is a mess. I would have to take the whole next day just to get my body in order. And so we sitting there and she's talking to me, and then she just sits back like this. I promise you. She's like, what happened to you? She's like, what happened to you? She was like, you was like, you was like that go-to. You knew where everything was, and you used to be out there, and we used to like party and hang out. And now you this person. Now I see you online, and you got your book thing, and you helping women and all that. But you used to be that person, Glow, like you out and you doing this. And I'm like, yeah, that's still me, but it's different now, right? It's different now. And so she like, well, what makes it different? I said, because I understand what this life will get me. I understand if I go down this road, how it's going to end up for me. I don't want to go to jail no more. I don't want to spend money on lawyers no more, right? I actually want to do something with my life that is positive. And so she like, Glow, you was always doing something positive. You always had your own business. You always had this and that. And I'm like, yeah, but I was hustling because I knew what I was running away from. But now things are different. And so she like, yeah, I get it. I understand. I'm trying to, kind of get myself together too. But why you gotta be so serious? Why we just can't, just hang out? Just give me one night where we can hang out and then that's it. And I'm like, yo, this is my hanging out. We are hanging out. I laugh, I hang out, I talk to people, I dance, I do all of that. But see, y'all, what she was trying to do, and she wasn't doing it on purpose. She was trying to reel me back to who I used to be, right? She was trying to tell me, come on, let's go pull a all-nighter where we drinking and partying and fucking shit up, out there. And then we just come back home and we pass out. I'm like, girl, look, I need to take vitamins now. You know what I'm saying? I need to be able to like chill and get my mind together. And then I asked her, I said, well, what's going on with you? Because it's so crazy. I haven't seen you in so many years. And now here you are. And she was like, oh, I'm trying to move to Atlanta. Yeah, I got it on and popping out here. I'm thinking about getting a job, all this stuff, right? And so I said, well, how are the kids? How's everything? And then now we change, right? Because as I started talking to her, what I found out was is as she was telling me a story, she was running away from the life that she had in New York. Why? Because that life that she had up there, she not only got into trouble, but also one of her kids ain't with her no more. Right? So I started talking to her, and really trying to figure out what's going on. And she's like, I just need to be able to have a change. I just need to be able to get, my life right. And I know people here and I know you. So it should be good for me. And then I said, hold up. I said, so you trying to come here to put on this mask like you got it all together, where really you running from something. And you want me to believe that everything is cool. And in actuality, you ain't even, your life is not even in the place where you even like yourself. I said, come on now. What we doing? I said, see, this is the reason why you have to be able to understand why growth is important and why change is important, right? And that's why I'm trying to tell you guys, now that the world is opening up, they coming for you. They coming for you. Not on purpose, but they see something on you that they know that they can grab onto, and they want it. They want it. They want to know how you have grown to the point where you are right now. And they want some of it. They want to be able to come and latch onto it, right? They want to be able to come and get some of this energy that you have. And if you don't protect it, and if you allow them to come in because you're trying to be a good friend, uh, 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 a good co-worker, or anything like that, they will reel you back into a place where you told yourself you don't want to be. You get what I'm saying? And what I'm trying to tell y'all is that they don't mean to. She didn't mean to. If I didn't get real with her and listen and understood from a growth standpoint where she was in her life, I would have had a crazy night with this person, in the bed the next day feeling crazy, and then saying to myself, what the hell happened? Now, not saying you can't do those things, but I know what that does for me, right? And that is not the life that I want anymore, right? If I'm going to do that, I'm going to do that in a different way. Not saying I'm a prude, like I told her. I'm far from a prude. Y'all know I like to party, hang out, have fun, do all of that. But at the same time, it's just a different way that I'm doing it now, right? I'm not trying to be out there messing stuff up. So I talked to her and I'm like, so what are you trying to do now with your life, and what are you trying to accomplish? And she's like, oh, I'm gonna get this apartment out here, I'm gonna do this, and then a friend of mine is going to get me this job, and then this is going to be a step for me to start over. And I said, oh, what are you starting over from? I said, what are you starting over from? And she was telling me about the bad relationships with the baby daddy. She was telling me how it was up there in New York. She was telling me all of these things, right? All these things that she was telling me. And I just told her, I said, I'm gonna be straight up with you. I said, if we're gonna hang out, you're gonna have to take the mask off. If we're gonna be able to be friends, you have to be able to know and understand that at this point, we 42, 43 years old. We gotta think about where we going in life. All that shit was cool, right? When you in your 20s and all that stuff, because you think you larger than life. Now you gotta be mindful of the things that you're doing. Not because you feel like you have to uh, 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 become something that you're not. It's because now I am becoming the person that I always wanted to be. Does that make sense to y'all? Right now, I'm becoming the person that I always wanted to be. Right now, you are working and on a journey to becoming the person you want to be, that you said in your head and on paper and to the world that you are going to become. You have been waiting all these years to express and to be and to live and to have all of the things that you are doing right now. Why the hell would you go back in that darkness where you don't work so hard to pull yourself out? Why would you go back there? Because they offering you little things. When you said, you know what? I'm gonna work on me. I need y'all to understand when you are working on yourself and you are on this journey. We all know that we're gonna lose friends, right? Those people who come in and out of our life, we need to find a new group. We need all of that. But I don't want you guys to think that because you are on this journey, your life has to be boring. No, this is where your life gets fulfilling. This is when you have peace. This is when you get to have fun. It doesn't mean that you can't be out. It doesn't mean that you can't have a couple of drinks with your friends, go dancing, have fun, right? It doesn't mean any of that. What it means is I know who I am now, which means I know my limits. I know what I like. I know what I don't like. And I know how I want to be presented to the world and what I want the world to present to me. So, no, I don't want to go sit in a cigar bar waiting for some dudes to come talk to me. You buy one drink and then you sit there and wait for the dude. You sip on that drink for like an hour, right? You sit on that drink for like an hour waiting on some dudes to come buy you another drink, and then you got to talk to these dudes to try to get them to buy you drinks all night for you only not to like them, and then you bail, right? Or you got to exchange your number because they bought you these drinks because they following you all over the place, all around the damn place, and then you got to dance with them, right? Back then that was considered to be a good night because I was saying, yo, we found these dudes, they bought us drinks all night, and then we bailed on these dudes. We ain't even care about what they did or what they like, right? That was back then. Right now, I look, y'all already heard my stories, right? I'm too upfront right now for them to even sit for 5 minutes. For 5 minutes. That's because I now discovered what I want. It's not about trying to manipulate and seduce and trying to get all the things that I want. I know what I want. And if you don't have it, then that's cool, right? But as we go out there, ladies, I'm telling you, don't think your life has to be boring. But what you're going to discover is your environment and who your friends are. And you also going to discover as the world opens up, most of the things that you like right now, you probably won't be able to find. And you're going to say, the stuff that I like to do is not out there. It is there. The comedy shows are still there. Going out to the club, if you still do that, is still there, right? But you're just going out with who you really are. That's the only difference. You should not be ashamed about that. You should not let people tease you about that. And you should not let people remind you of where you were and thinking that the person you are now is such a bad person, because it's not true. You got to remember, those people who do that, you're going to have to limit them in your circle. You might love them, they are family members and everything, but you're going to have to limit them. You're going to have to put them over here. And then, when you have time for them, probably they good at making you laugh and you can talk to them, but you can't talk deep things with them, right? They maybe be able to help you move or cook or do those things, but you can't make money with them, right? You might be able to, do something with their kids and tolerate them for an hour or two, but they're just not the people that you sit with and you talk about life with, right? Because they still stuck back there. And then when you do try to introduce something to them, when you say, you know what, I've been thinking about my life and what it is that I really want to do. And I decided that, I really want to go back to school and do XYZ. And they say, "Oh, will that be good for you? You think you can get in with all this stuff going on right now? And you sure that'll be the right thing for you?" If they start talking that way, mm-mm, no. While you walking on this journey, ladies, it's been months. How does life look for you right now? How does it look? Are you happy with what you have done and how you have transformed so far? Are you happy with it? Have you done the work? And if the answer is no, this might be a good time to get started. Are you walking the journey? Because you're going to need the strength. You're going to need the strength because it's so easy to go back. It is. It is so easy to go back. You're going to need the discipline. You're going to need the opportunity to stand in your own space because this journey could be lonely sometimes, ladies, because you have to choose. You have to choose. And we don't like to choose things that is painful. We don't like to choose things that might hurt other people. So we kind of try to stay neutral and don't do anything. But I'm telling y'all mothers, most of y'all are mothers up here, right? Mother's Day is coming. I know you want to go out, right? If y'all staying home for Mother's Day, I'm a I'm a call y'all and tell y'all to get out the house. Mother's Day is coming. That's your day. The kids want to celebrate you. The grandkids want to celebrate you, right? It is your day to go to brunch or do whatever it is, go see your parents, all that stuff, right? It is okay for you to do that. And when you are out there and you and you celebrating the fact that you're a mom, also be mindful and remember where you have come and where you are going. And let everybody know that the journey that you on now, you are proud of yourself. You are proud of yourself. You are happy that you have gotten this far and that the journey does not stop here and that you can't wait to see what God does next for you and in your life. You look at the whole year and the couple of months that we have in this year and you say to yourself, you know what? I've been reflecting for all of 2020, looking at all the things that has happened in my life. And one of the things that I've learned is that right now, the life and the track that I'm on is about me. It's about loving myself to the point where I could sit in a room with my kids, my friends, or whoever and stand firm in my decision in knowing that nothing is going to move me out of my peace. Nothing, nothing is going to move me off this journey because I have learned and I have crawled myself out of the freaking dark. And now that I sit here and I see some light or a little bit of light, I refuse to go back. I refuse. Because, like I told you, ladies, we know what's back there. We know what's back there. And even though it might sound good, look good, dress nice, feel comfortable, we looking this way, right? We looking this way. We're looking at all the things that's gonna come as a result of us having our hot girl summer together, right? Our hot girl summer don't have to look like what we think, but it could be cool though, right? We could be on the beach, we could have our stomachs out, we could laugh, we could drink, we could look at dudes, we could do all that, right? But we know who we are when we doing it, right? We're not going to let people suck us in to what we worked so hard to get ourselves out of. Does that make sense? So now that things are getting relaxed, this is where the pressure happens, right? This is where the rubber is going to meet the road. I'm telling you, I'm telling y'all. Because you're going to be itching to be like, yo, like those habits that you couldn't do because it was COVID. I don't care if it's with people or by yourself, they're coming back, right? Is that you or have you changed? Those things that you used to participate in, that you said you was no longer going to participate in, is that you now or have you changed? And that's why I say, as we get open, stay mindful. Remember to put you first. Remember the self-love that you learned, because now it's going to be a situation where you're going to have to start practicing it. It's going to be a situation where you have to think before you speak. And it's always going to be temptation there. It's always going to be temptation. And if you fall, so what? Nobody cares about that. Nobody's judging you. But what I'm trying to tell you is when it's time for you to get back on track and decide what your life wants to be, don't get caught up in all the hoopla, because that's what they want you to do. Remember, people want what they want from you. They want you to give them what they always gotten from you. And when you don't provide that for them, they get upset. This is your race. This is your time. This is your opportunity. This is your life. You don't live it for everybody else, you live it for you. You are learning to love yourself so you can love everybody else around you. I read this thing that said the secret to living is to eat half, walk double, laugh triple, and love beyond measure. The secret to living: eat half, walk double, laugh triple, and love beyond measure. And that loving beyond measure is you. Because when you love you, you can love everybody else. It doesn't mean you have to hang out with them and all that, but you can love them and love them from a distance. So now it's going to be time to practice what you preach. And it ain't always going to go your way, but I damn near could tell you, when you are faced with the situations, you just got to be mindful. Okay? So look how far you've come right now. From the time that you started your journey up until now. And don't apologize because you've changed. Don't let people shame you because you're a different person. Don't let people tell you who you used to be. You already know that. Keep running your race. Keep walking your walk. And keep talking your talk. If they not with it, they'll move out the way. If they want to, they'll go find somebody else who would help them with whatever they need. But I promise you this, eventually they'll come to you and say, hey, what in the hell was you doing in order for you to get to this point in your life? And the only thing you could say was, I start loving myself. That's the only thing I did, is I start loving myself. And once I started loving myself, everything around me started to change because I started to put myself first. And I understood how important loving myself was to me. You hear me? So I love you guys. I gotta go. Um, we are putting together our event. I told you guys that, where we are coming and we are gonna. I'm gonna show you how you can show out. How about that? I'm gonna show you how you can show out and not apologize for it, and not be all crazy the next day. Where we can have fun and love on each other and know who we are, and get excited about it. Right? We so close to having all our dates in order. We're trying to get y'all past May. May is so tough. Why? Because you got Mother's Day, y'all got graduation, and you got Memorial Day all in the same month. So we're trying to get y'all out, trying to get y'all past all of that. Let y'all have y'all Mother's Day, have those graduation times, and be with y'all family. You know what I'm saying? And then, hopefully towards the end of May into June, we get to start our hot girl summer. I fasted. So, a sister trying to have her stomach out, not joking. I'm not joking. For real. So I'll see y'all later. I gotta go. I love you guys. Bye.